Welcome back to Cord Cutting Today, where we break down some of the biggest stories happening in the world of cord cutting, including major changes to how you watch Major League Baseball could be coming, including ESPN buying MLB.TV and Netflix getting TV rights to Major League Baseball games. With all this, though, Apple may be in the out. We'll tell you what's happening there. Conan O'Brien says late night TV is over. Let's be honest, how people watch TV is changing. That's impacting television. We'll tell you this story there. And it may be time to upgrade your Wi-Fi router to a new model as a major manufacturer announced end of support for a growing number of older devices. You may need to upgrade your device to continue to get important security features with it, or you may lose protection for being cyber attacked through your router. We'll tell you more about this and a whole lot of other stories. A very busy week ahead has been happening. We got the full breakdown. One quick thing. Today, the ESPN streaming service and the Fox streaming service is coming soon. We will have full reviews of those later. At the time of this recording, nothing new what we haven't reported already, but look for a full review soon here on our YouTube channel and over at CoreCarsNews.com on the new ESPN Unlimited and Fox One streaming services that gives you access to live ESPN and Fox channels. All right, let's dive into it. ESPN is reportedly close to a deal to buy MLB.TV, and it's part of a new TV package deal for Major League Baseball. This comes as ESPN canceled its current contract early with Major League Baseball. Apparently it's not quite done. It could see Major League Baseball kind of return into the fold with this. Along with it, though, Peacock and NBC are looking at rights for Friday and Sunday games. Apple TV could be on the out. They could be losing access to them. This according to Yahoo Sports reporter Baker, who has a very good track record on this, says that they're very close to a deal, but it's not quite done at the time of this recording. Who knows? That could change by the time I hit post, but make sure to check out CoreCarsNews.com for up-to-the-minute updates on this. A few things here. Doesn't surprise me at all that Major League Baseball is doing new deals and that ESPN is getting into it. At some point, you are going to have to ask yourself, at what point does ESPN have too big of a control of sports? It's getting full ownership of the NFL network, and now MLB.TV is going through there. NHL hockey's in their ESPN app and other things. You kind of got to wonder how long until there's some concern about that. For now, there's still a lot of competition. Fox probably being the main competitor to ESPN, but don't forget CBS and NBC Sports right there also with their competition. Overall, though, sports, like I've said, is the number one reason people still pay for live television, and ESPN is leaning into it heavily, and Disney's cracking open the wallet, looking to get as many sports rights as they can. But they're not alone. Let's be honest. Fox and more are. CBS just had a big deal with the UFC parent company to get access to their content. Sports is one of the few things people still watch live, and that's why you're seeing things like primetime pickleball on CBS with it. We'll keep a close eye on this. I do find it interesting that Apple's going to be an out. They've been trying to get sports rights, but they've been a little bit cautious. It'll be interesting to see how that plays out. But Netflix expanding its sports contract, if this all comes to be true, though Yahoo Sports did warn that this is not a done deal, though it is close to being done. All right, next up, Conan O'Brien has come out and said the end of traditional late-night television is soon. Now, Conan O'Brien, of course, a well-known figure in late-night television, on August 16th, said he believes that, as we know it, late-night TV is going to come to an end. Doesn't surprise me. Back in the day, there was only a few networks, only a few things to watch, and people last night, before the end of the day, who would watch them? The Tonight Show was so popular for a while that reportedly in New York City, when commercials would happen, they would see a surge in demand for water supplies. People went to the bathroom. People don't watch television like that anymore. They got streaming services, DVRs, on-demand content. They can watch what they want when they watch it. And that has resulted in a slow drop. Now, there's been disputed reports, but a lot of very reputable sources have said that it looks like many of these, at least the CBS programming, was losing money on it, and it was part of the reasons they shut down and decided not to get a new host when Stephen Colbert leaves next year. They're going to put the Late Show and end it and no longer offer that content. Now, NBC and ABC still offers a late night programming, But many speculate in the years to come that also may go away with this. Now, NBC for a while tried to address the growing trend of cord cutting by expanding their late night program starting at 10 p.m. That didn't go so well, and they moved it back to 11, and we all know everything that happened with Jay Leno there. I'll be interested to see what happens. It does not surprise me. I do predict that, Conan is right here that, let's be honest, the reason people watch these shows so much has gone away. Partially because it was the only thing on TV at that time worth watching. But the cultural significance of many of these shows have gone away. And with that, they could go away also, according to Conan O'Brien. All right, next up, Netgear has announced a new list of Wi-Fi routers that they're going to stop support for. I got the email warning that the Orbi AC 2200 is in support. An older model I used to use many years ago, about 5 or 6 years ago now. Well, this joins a growing number of Wi-Fi routers, not just Netgear, but other manufacturers have announced no more security updates for. This means that you're going to no longer be protected against the latest flaws in the security, potentially making you vulnerable to cyber attacks and making you not as secure. Highly recommend for 2 reasons. One being security. They have a Wi-Fi router of 5 or 6 years old that you check to make sure it's still getting security updates. I have a link in our story down below for the Netgear link to go there and see if your Wi-Fi router is still supported or not. 2, a lot has happened. Wi-Fi 6, Wi-Fi 7 now are significantly better than the older AC standards and other devices on the market that many of these used. You find much better Wi-Fi coverage and speeds, giving you better streaming with the newer Wi-Fi router, especially the mesh ones on the market compared to the old central pointed ones. Are going to give you much better. But the security is a big part of that. Yes, better streaming, better coverage, better speeds is great. But the security is important. For many people, your Wi-Fi router is one of the most important parts of your security to help keep your home network safe from cyber attacks. Make sure you're updating yours regularly. And if you have an older one that's no longer supported, please consider upgrading it. We have a link to a bunch of new Netgear models so you can check out in our post down in the show notes down there below. All right, next up, DirecTV has a special deal for customers there. You can get up to $35 off your first month of DirecTV, and their new cheaper genre packs have 2-month deals to give you discounted 2 months of it. If you've been thinking about trying out DirecTV, I know it's the start of football season and fall sports are all coming here real quick before we know it. We'll have NBA and NHL again. If you're looking for it, check it out. DirecTV is offering some special deals. Link in the show notes if you want to find out more. All right, Amazon Fire TV tablet users. Who out here uses those tablets? I do. We have them for our children. And when we travel, it's one of the tablets we kind of put between the seats so they can watch a movie. Well, according to a report from Reuters, Amazon will ditch their Fire OS or custom OS for their tablets next year, at least for some of them, and go with a straight Android version. Now, this comes as the Fire OS has struggled, and is much better, but still struggles to not have quite as many apps as the Android or iOS does with this. And because of that, Android has been long side-loaded and different things done to get the Android Google Play Store onto Fire tablets. Well, now it seems like Amazon's throwing a bit of the towel in and going to put Android straight onto their Fire tablets with this. This comes though as Fire TVs and other devices are abandoning Android and they're moving it over to a custom built OS system from Amazon. We already see it appear in some smart Echo displays, speakers, and reportedly Fire TV devices soon, maybe this fall, will no longer run Android under the hood. They'll run some custom built OS by Amazon with it. We'll keep an eye on this, but I'm actually very excited about the Android versions of Fire tablets. They're decent tablets if all you're looking to do is stream Netflix, Hulu, Amazon, the like. It works very well for our kids at a very budget-friendly price. I don't want to buy a $200 tablet, just have my kids break it when all I want them to do is watch a Disney Plus movie when we're on a long car trip. So check it out. We'll keep an eye on this, but we'll also watch out for Fire TV. What will the new Fire TVs run? Will that impact app availability? We'll keep an eye on that for now. All right, next up, speaking of Fire TVs, the Fire TV Stick 4K is at its lowest price ever with a coupon $24.99. As best I can tell, it's the lowest price ever. If I'm wrong, let me know. But you need a special coupon. You need to click the coupon details in the show notes down below. But we just saw the lowest price ever of the Fire TV 4K Stick Max. Now the Fire Stick 4K versions also hit its lowest price ever, raising speculation that we may be seeing some new Fire TV models later this year. If it happens, we'll have full coverage and full reviews here at CoreCarsNews.com and on our YouTube channel. All right, next up, 36 years ago today in TV history, Saved by the Bell this week, I should say, first aired on NBC. Now, remember, it originally aired as a show called Miss Bliss a year before. Did okay, but not great. NBC took back rights, aired it on NBC Disney Channel, and tweaked it and renamed it to Saved by the Bell. And that's when it became wildly successful, after a lot of tweaks still to come. But hard to believe, 36 years ago, Saved by the Bell as we know it today was born there. All right, we talked a little bit about Fox 1 coming. There is some little news here. I had a lot of questions about multi-view with Fox 1. Yes, Fox 1, its streaming service, it's $19.99 streaming service that offer access to Fox FS1, FS2, local Fox, Fox News, Fox Business, Fox Weather, Big Ten Network, and more will offer multi-view, allowing you to watch multiple games at once. Great news there. DirecTV's also launched their multi-view service on this. Everybody's getting on the multi-view bandwagon. Great to see. And lastly, I got a couple more stories, apologies. Last in today in TV history, 75 years ago this week, ABC aired its first Saturday morning children's program. They were kind of pioneering it, but it's hard to believe for 75 years, Saturday morning cartoons have been a big thing. They still are, but not like they used to be, and not on local TV stations like they used to be. Increasingly, they're on things like Cartoon Network and other places like that. But 75 years ago, ABC aired its first kids network or shows on Saturday mornings. Now, question for you. Saturday morning cartoons were probably a big part of your life growing up. They were for me. Were you more of an ABC fan, CBS fan, Fox fan, or more? I'll be honest, I probably watched more of the CBS ones. And I'll be honest, my older brother usually controlled the remote, and that's probably the real reason I watch CBS. But I also remember a lot of Fox programming, NBC programming, ABC programming with that. But leave me a comment. Let me know, what did you watch on Saturday mornings? I remember my parents often kicking us off the TV, but let me know, which network was your favorite? And next up, according to Nielsen, they have their numbers out. Nearly half of all TV viewing in July was streaming. Now, I have a little problem with this. I understand Nielsen, very respected, great numbers. I think they're underreporting this for some reason. I'm shocked to believe that only half of all viewing in the United States is now streaming. But maybe I'm wrong. But the good news here is streaming is growing significantly in the Nielsen numbers as cord cutting continues to dominate. Well, that's it for today. A few things. Keep an eye out for some bonus videos coming up soon as I do full reviews of the new Fox One service and ESPN Unlimited. Head over to CoreCarsNews.com. We have full stories, breakdowns, everything early will appear there first. Video, after I get some time to play with it, will come up here. I'll be getting both, doing full in-depth reviews of them right here as soon as I can. I hope you all have a fantastic day. Take care, be safe. I'll be back again tomorrow with another video. Until then, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up. I'll talk to you all again real soon.